Today, we're going to be doing some 300 Blackout testing and improvised munitions. These are NOE 311-247 RG cast lead bullets. These particular ones have hot glue filled in the cavity. The reason it has hot glue in the cavity is because it caves in while it's feeding and extracting. We're going to test the expansion threshold on these, some with a BB swaged in them, and then some with some 3D printed ballistic tips. How's that sound? Without further ado, let's get started with these. I started with 7 grains of little gun. I'm going up to 13 grains of little gun. The powder charges don't matter. What matters is the velocity with the expansion threshold. We're going to film each individual shot, dig the bullet out, and show you. Here we go. Oh, it went! It went! Here we go. 7 grain. Into a ballistic drill. Are you ready? Let's see what's happened. We didn't get the slow-mo recorded, but we did catch a bullet. Have a look. Oh, I've lost my hat. It just fragmented all the way through. Look at that. Let's see what the bullet looks like. It's right there. Didn't exit. It's poking out. Yeah. And a terrible amount of fragmentation there. Terrible amount. So it did do its job, but it fragmented instead of holding together. These cast bullets were cast in 2016, so they might be extremely hard. Newer cast bullets, these are just cast out of straight wheel weights and air cooled. Newer cast bullets might be different, but we'll find out. Let's try again. So I've reseated these bullets down much deeper so they don't hang up on the lands of the rifling. The problem is right here, these just barely fit into the rifling, but when you add the layer of powder coat, it makes them about 1/1000th or 2 wider. So they prematurely engage the rifling. That being said, all the ones that are 13 grains loaded, I've scrubbed that completely due to possibilities of overpressure. We will see if these overpressure at 11 grains, and if everything looks good with the primers, we will keep rolling. Right now, we're on to the next one. My hair is in my rifle. Are we ready? Firing! In my infinite dumbassery, I forgot to hit the record on the slow motion again. This is the bullet! The bullet was laying right here. Why? We must figure it out. It appears that the projectile went in, curved up, exited, and then bounced back and landed on the table. Make that make sense. What is going on here? This is not real. We are living in a simulation. I don't know what to do about this. There's even a piece of a petal of the hollow point right there. Alright. That was 9.5 grains. What's our velocity? 1233 feet per second. We are supersonic. I'm hitting record. Let's do it again. Come. Once again, we stay in the chamber. Alright, we're hot. Ready? Going to angle this one up a little bit. That one was 1,386 feet per second. In the slow motion, let's catch it. Where it went? I don't know. Let's find it. I must remove my wig. This is terrible.
Oh my gosh. No!
I'll keep the hat then. How do those damn hippies have long hair? I don't understand it. Okay, we stopped it. I've got pieces and petals here. It looks like, once again, It opened up right there. Came through maybe at a lower angle. That bullet is in here somewhere. That's the end of this block for now. Let's find a bullet. There's the bullet. Went through the glove and was into the first layer of the sweatshirt. Right there. Look at that. Isn't that something else?
Wow.
I'm deeply impressed with these, except for the fragmentation part. And it doesn't look like you got much of a wound cavity there with them, but I've killed a lot of deer with them. We'll test my 1500 feet per second ones at the very end. Let's throw this block off. Get a new block ready. Move on to the next ones. So I've cut my hair. These have a .177 caliber BB swage in the hollow point. Same loads. Let's see what these do. Testing for the expansion threshold. Are we ready?
We are.
Oh, we are looking good. Here we go. See what we got. 993 feet per second. Once again, the bullet has exited and bounced and landed back here. Make that make sense? No, that's the previous bullet, actually. But we do got some petals here. Take that bullet back with us. So we've exited here, went through the glove, stopped by the first layer. Oh, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Do you see that?
Wow.
Oh my god. My magic made this. Look how that mushroomed out perfectly. These work better. The other one's fragmented. I've got high hopes. Let's shoot some more. We'll come up a little bit. Shoot those. Oh, -feed. Because I'm not running a suppressor, and I gotta adjust the gas. What do we got here? 1159 feet per second. Blew right through that. Looking good right there. Came through. Went through the glove. And was stopped by the sweatshirt. Looks like it made it through about 3 layers of sweatshirt. Still, very good expansion on that. The BB is winning by far so far. This stuff sticks to the table. See, I made all this because I thought they were going to go all the way through, and not one of them's going all the way through. I don't even think 5.56 would go through all this. Oh my god. Let's keep going. Are you ready?
We are ready.
What's to come? Here we go. Hit chambers. Looking on safe. Let's go look. I kind of chased the first wound cavity on that. I need to shoot this way. Same thing. Lots of fragmentation in there. Look, you can see the BBs. 1 BB, 2 BB, 3 BB. Well, 2 BBs. They yawned. That's so neat. I've never shot this before, this ballistic gel. Let's dig us out a bullet. Ho 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 ho! Where'd it go? We'll fall out. Oh, this one made it through the fleece, or into the fleece. So through the sweatshirt and into the first layer of fleece. Expansion's still looking pretty good. Obviously it's flaking off. Not flaking off, but you know what I mean. Flaking off. Don't know proper language. It's not flaking off, it's losing momentum and mass, and what it's really doing. Look at that. It yawed and caught the back. So when these things hit, they tumble. You'll probably see that in the slow motion, hopefully. But it's fragmenting. The bullet's fragmenting. More than I would like. We've got one more. Let's do it. Now we got that good wind pattern right there. What's our velocity on this? 1,289 feet per second. 230 grain hollow point. I've ran these up to 1,500 before, so we'll shoot those too. That's look, another beating. That's beautiful right there. That's absolutely beautiful. Let's find this bad daddy. Through, not through all the fleece, but near the back. It went through several 20 some odd layers of fleece. And the fleece is stuck to it. And that's what we got right there. And then the hollow point is completely sheared off. But it looks like it's bending instead of shattering now. So that's good. Now we're going to test out some 3D printed ballistic tips. Let's see how these do. Same loads, got the chronograph. I'm not changing out the ballistic gel block because we're pretty much seeing what's going on with the camera. So we're squared away. Let's do this. Huh. Yeah. Fucking money. Ready?
Yeah.
I don't believe the chronograph picked that one up, but I would assume it's somewhere around 1,000 feet per second. Okay. Looks like it's that one right there. Not much damage at all. Maybe didn't expand the way I wanted it to. Let's see. And look at that. It came up, curled, and came up here. And almost no expansion. No expansion whatsoever with these. Imagine that. The 3D printed was the worst one out of all of them. Why is that? Goodness gracious, let's see if we can make something else happen. Interesting. Not getting a super big amount of damage done. We're in this somewhere. Just something. Little pieces. Interesting. Oh, there we go. You got some weirdness going on. I don't like it. Let's try more speed. So far, the BBs did the best. Oh, if this made it to the fleece, let's double check this. No holes in it. This one's also in the fleece somewhere. Oh, that's peculiar. At least halfway through the sweatshirt. Then there's what that one looks like. That one moved the block for sure. 1,407 feet per second.
Wow.
Let's walk back through. There we are. You can see it just started to shatter almost instantly. Up, 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 up. Into there. Alright. Let's scoot this back. Let's find out. Oh, it's in there somewhere. Oh, I feel the heat. There's that bugger. Sheared it all the way back, halfway back. Interesting. So much pressure, the base started to cave in. Let's set up a fresh block, and I want to test some factory ammo. I want to test some Hornady Sub X that I got from GSA, and I want to test 150 grain Spirit Gold Dot. You've seen me talk about it on the channel. They run 2064 feet per second, 93% weight retention. It's beautiful. Let's do this. So what we have here is the mythical 150 grain Spear Gold Dot bonded bullet. I loaded these back in maybe 2020. They've got 20.5 grains of Hodgins little gun behind them. They run a whopping 2064 feet per second out of this gun, but with a suppressor. We're going to see what they do without the suppressor, and we're going to see what kind of damage we get. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is what America's all about.
Woo!
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, spicy! Haha! Oh! Now that's what some fucking damage should look like. Look at that. Look at that wound cavity. Do you see how it's spiraling? It's because the bullet's twisting as it goes through. I don't see a single piece. I don't see a single solitary piece of copper jacketing or lead that came off this bullet. I can't wait to see this on slow motion. Let's pull this bullet out. Oh, right there, stop by the first layer of sweatshirt. The very first layer of sweatshirt. I've lost it. You don't want to lose this guy. There he is. Oh, hot. Hot, 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 hot. Oh God, hot.
Spicy.
Now that is absolutely beautiful right there. Look at that. By the way, these have a conical base, so it allows you to compress charges better with it. Looks like it took some of the leading out of my barrel, that's for sure. Excessively impressed with that. Nice. Still hot. You can touch it if you want. Absolutely brilliant. Good. Okay, in all seriousness, we were unable to continue testing with 300 Blackout. I've got a squib load in one, and I've got a step case in another upper, and those are the only two uppers I got. For comparison, we're going to fire an M855 round and see how that compares to our 150 grain Spear Gold round. Ready?
Yep.
Woo. Came in low. Ugh. Looks like we got a nice little yaw there, little boom boom, little fragmentation. That would be that looks like our lead base separated out. Here, where'd that fragmentation come from? Here's our M855 round. This is an SS-109. It's got a steel penetrator, and you can see where it yawed. And believe it or not, it stopped it in the leather jacket, or it hit the leather and stopped. It didn't go beyond that. So I'm very, 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 very surprised by that. I don't know what the fuck that is. It has to be I think a piece of the lead squeezed out and broke off as it was yawing. That's the only thing that could be. A few fragmentations there. You know, 22 caliber in, 22 caliber out. That's that. And it broke the table.
Oh.
That sucks. Well, it's tax write-off, and I'm guessing it broke the table right there from where the ballistic gel expanded out, that temporary wound cavity. Okay. That's all I got for this one, guys. Let's go take it back to the office. Okay, so we're back in the office. Please don't tune out because I have some valuable information to share with you. Also, if you enjoyed this content, please consider liking and subscribing for more. It really helps us out. Go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. Comment section is completely unfiltered, guys. You can say whatever you want. Leave me a comment. It helps my algorithm, boosts these videos. So to the point, I have to share several different pieces of information with you that I was not able to share with you in the main video. And here it is. So let's review the results first. 1, the hot glue tips didn't do very good. The BB tips were the best. And the 3D printed tips were absolute dog shit. Hands down. Now, the good thing is I've got a 3D printer back there, as you can see. So I can just try some different ones. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe try some different materials, so on and so forth, to get the right tip. However, it might just be easiest to swage a BB in and call it good. Second thing is the 150 grain Spear Gold Dot was awesome on ballistic gel, but I've killed several deer with it, so I already knew it was awesome. And the M855 was pretty good. That was pretty cool. And the third thing I need to share with you is ballistic gel is not the end-all be-all for a decent medium to test bullets. So let me share a video clip with you real quick. So this video clip was from Mr. Guns and Gear. He tested the Federal Fusion 150 grain 300 Blackout bullets out of a 9-inch barrel with a suppressor. I shot them out of a 10-inch barrel with a suppressor. Now, as you can see, on ballistic gel, Those bullets looked really good, right? Yeah, looked like a deer killer. Well, this is the results I got out of my 10-inch barrel suppressed 300 Blackout on an actual deer, on a doe, that's not that big. Let's take a look. I think I got her. She looks like she's down. Nope, still moving. Good hit on her because she's still moving. I think she's done. Okay. So as you can see, just because something looks good on ballistic gel doesn't mean it's always good. I had to shoot that deer 4 times. 4 times to get it to die. The first shot, as you saw, it kind of ran down, kind of did a little twist thing, was like, and then I had to shoot it again, in which case it laid down. I waited, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and then I had to shoot it again in the head. I missed the head, apparently. I hit the head, I just didn't hit it in the brain. And then I shot it in the head, and it finally died. Like, but the point of this is, one, that deer suffered. When I shoot a deer, I like them to die. Less suffering. I don't enjoy killing things. I like meat. I'm a meat eater. And deer's, one of the healthiest forms of meat you can eat at the lowest cost point. And 2, I'm lucky that deer didn't run down a hill because I didn't have a 4-wheeler to pull it out. And I typically have to just drag these out of the woods by myself. And if it would have ran down the bottom of one of those hills, it would have been game over for me. Like, I would have been fighting it insanely hard, like I did this deer right here. This bitch is bleeding. I'm bleeding. We drug her from all the way down there. I'm right here. How much? 25 feet to the left spot. 25 more feet. Just rolling the wheels. I got deer pussy in my face. The things we do and call fun. So the point is when I shoot a deer, I like him to go down. But to back up a little bit, so ballistic gel is not the end all be all. I find lethality on the game I'm trying to kill to be far more effective as a unit of measurement than ballistic gel to be. But why did I use ballistic gel? Well, because ballistic gel is consistent, and I wanted a consistent medium to test the expansion rate on all these bullets. So since it was consistent, that's why I used it. However, just because it looks good on ballistic gel doesn't mean it always kills deer very well. I will say those 100 or the 230 grain BB Swage bullets I loaded with, like, I don't know how much little gun I loaded them to, but they were running about 1,536 feet per second of a 16-inch barrel with a suppressor. And I shot deer with those, and they just dropped wherever you stood. Didn't matter where you shot them, they just dropped. So that's what I'm looking for here. I don't think that's what I'm going to get because I'm trying to get away from using conventional powders. In this series, I'm going to be duplexing powders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use IMR 7383 behind those bullets. And then if I can't get it to cycle, I'm going to kick it with a little bit of BR5. I do not recommend anybody ever do that. This information is just here for entertainment purposes only. So that'll be the next portion of this video series, is loading these bullets, casting and loading these bullets with some commonly found cheap military surplus gunpowders and showing you how duplexing works. Because if I can get about 1,200 feet per second out of them, it'll still kill a deer. And it's a good backup. I've got, about 10 pounds of each of those powder. IMR 7383, I definitely have over 10 pounds. BR5, I've probably got maybe about 7 or 8 pounds of it left. So be looking for that video next in this series. That's all I got for now. Just keep in mind, remember, ballistic gel is not the end-all be-all, and I'm going to try to work on something to mimic meat a little bit more. I don't want to rip off Paul Harrell's meat target, but I might try to add different segments in the ballistic gel, such as, gel outer with, leather or fur, skin. Inside, to simulate lung tissue, I would take basically like Jello or ballistic gel or something and dice it up into little cubes and add and fill a Ziploc baggie full, and that would simulate the lungs, because then you got an air gap. I might jam some deer ribs in there from a deer I killed this year, stuff like that. Just kind of like a ballistic dummy labs ordeal is what I'm going to shoot for. And then I do have some natural ballistic gel that I can make into some harder mediums too, because I did do a 45 ACP expansion test between not Federal Fusion, that's Winchester Defense Black Box and CCI Blazer, jacketed hollow points and 230 grains out of my CCO 1911, and neither one of those expanded in ballistic gel at all. So I do want to come up with a better medium to see if they will expand, because there's no point in me carrying a hollow point if it's just going to act like a full metal jacket. I'm going to have to figure something out that's going to expand a little bit, because I don't want to over penetrate. But once again, could just be the ballistic gel. We'll find out. Anyways, drop me a like, subscribe, hit me up with a comment down there if you enjoyed this. Hope to see you on the next one. Love you guys.